Now, I want to share with you another time in my life. I was visiting my parents, and I woke one morning and nobody was in the house. And they live in the country. It's very quiet. It is the desert. And it's very simple, very beautiful, fresh, clean air, and lots of animals, lots of wildlife everywhere. And I awoke early, and I was at the kitchen making a cup of tea with honey, green tea, and this black crow. There were many crows around, and usually we know crows as being a little bit of a nuisance, especially early in the morning. But at this time, this crow, he was very, very adamant about talking and getting his message across to me that he was around. And he was squawking and he would not stop, and he was very close to me, because usually they stay in the trees and they will talk to each other and crow and squawk and make a noise. And he was squawking and really wanted to make a point. And it made me put my cup of tea down and look at him. And I thought, what are you trying to tell me? Crows should be very respected. Crows are magical animals. They've been associated with magic, with witchcraft, and with spirituality for thousands of years. Crows are very supernatural. They are very highly developed, and they really are very supernatural creatures, very supernatural birds, and they cross between the realms of heaven and of earth. They travel, they get their messages from different realms. They are very, very highly supernatural birds, and they should be highly respected. Now this crow, he would not stop, and I was feeling a little bit uneasy. I thought, what is going on? And I suddenly felt concerned that something was going to happen, or something was happening as he was crowing. Turns out my father arrived home 30 minutes later. And 2 houses down from my parents' home, I was to hear that a dear friend died of a heart attack at his job. And I asked my father, when did this happen? And my father was like, a half an hour ago. And naturally, I was of course very shocked and very surprised, but I thought back to the crow, and I thought, oh, he was trying to give a message of something happening. He was trying to give a message, and he gave the message because he made me aware. He did get my attention. And so this was another example of animals coming in at specific times. We may not know it at the time, but they are there to give us messages. And now, currently in the world, I am nowhere near the Western world. In fact, I am so far away from the West that I almost feel like I'm on a different planet. I am deep within the Arabian desert, and animals are highly respected here. Magic and witchcraft is very prominent, and it's very, very real. I want to share with you some beliefs in the culture here. They respect animals, certain animals in particular, like the donkey and the cat and they leave these animals alone. They don't touch them because they have been known to host what they call jinn. And in Western terms, or in English, this is to mean spiritual entities or ghosts. And so they leave them alone. And I'd like to share with you an experience that I had in January of this year. Now, I will continue this in the next video.